going down. It's going down, 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 down. It's going down,
Hello there, folks out there in the fandom. What's good? This is True Knowledge, Jeff S in the house with my co-host Cyberneticshark. We are here on the MCU'S Bleeding Edge YouTube channel and podcast once again to go ahead and give you some news from an article from the Direct, and go ahead and kind of talk about it real quick, get into it a little bit, and then call it the day. So here we go. From the direct.com, Wandavision stars nab Golden Globes nominations. So essentially, it looks like the show became a phenomenon throughout its 9-episode run, gaining the attention of critics, and now new award nominations. Marvel's WandaVision cast nominated for Golden Globes. As reported by Variety, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association has revealed the nominations for the 79th Annual Golden Globes, and the stars of Marvel's debut Disney Plus series are among the nominees. Elizabeth Olsen, who played Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch in WandaVision, has been nominated for Best Actress in a limited series, while Paul Bettany, who played Vision, has been nominated for Best Actor in a limited series. Earlier this year, both Olsen and Bettany received Emmy nominations for Outstanding Lead Actress and Actor in a Limited Series, respectively, and the show's breakout song secured Marvel's first Emmy win, as well as an announced spin-off starring Kathryn Hahn's Agatha Harkness. While Paul Bettany's future with the MCU is currently unknown, Elizabeth Olsen is set to reprise her role as the Scarlet Witch in 2022's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So, Cyber, what do you think? Do you think that it is do you think that it's logical and deserving for these two to get these this acclaim and these nominations?
Honestly, I mean, if you think about it, with how amazing the show was considered, how big it was, this does not surprise me that they both got nominated because their performances really were hands down very dramatic, very, Oscar worthy, in my opinion. I mean, how Wanda brought to life that character, and how she really developed throughout the 9-part series. You could see all the different emotions she went through, and I thought Elizabeth Olsen did a great job of bringing that to life. And then just how Paul Bettany, what he did with bringing Vision to life, making it so different than the Vision that we were used to in when we first saw him in, Age of Ultron to the last time we saw him in Infinity War. I mean, there was a lot of development that they brought to these characters that were really fun. And then Paul Bettany having to play two versions of himself, the White Vision and then his regular Vision character. I thought that was a very, amazing performance too as well. So I am not shocked by their nominations. I think they're very deserving. I think that they showed a lot of different emotions in their acting abilities in the show. And so I think that they're very deserving.
What do you think it says for Marvel Studios that they're getting this kind of acclaim like this that they don't usually get? Let's be honest here. Usually the Marvel Studios properties get skipped when it comes to like the award shows and stuff like that. So what do you think that says? What do you think that says about the direction of the Marvel Studios, like where they're going? And Do you feel like maybe the critical praise, like these nominations and everything like that, and everything, all the really good things that have been said about the series and whatnot by the critics and the media, kind of outweighs the fans a little bit, the ones that found it boring and didn't really like it, didn't get it?
Well, I think that since Endgame was such a dramatic film, it was considered a huge success, but at the same time, it really broke boundaries for Marvel because they went so different from what they previously did, where it's just pretty much action. They win, they move on. This was about dealing with consequences, fixing them, and trying to move on. And so Endgame really was the start, I feel, of Marvel becoming and seen as award-worthy type of company. Their acting, their abilities in the MCU. I think it really broke down boundaries because I think the Academy, because when it got nominated for whatever Oscar it got nominated for in 2019, it really showed what Marvel is pursuing and what they are moving towards. And you can see that from WandaVision through Falcon and the Winter Soldier to Loki to Hawkeye, What If, all these different series have shown a very dramatic side, which is very different than what the MCU started out as. So I feel that MCU, their evolution over the years has developed into a pattern that has brought them to being able to be considered for these awards now, and that they seem to uphold themselves to like standards like a Schindler's List movie, a Forrest Gump movie, stuff like that. It's definitely come to that where the acting community has seen that yes, this is an art form too as well, not just these superhero movies that most of a lot of people are saying these days is just they shouldn't be praised because they're just action. They have become something that's way more magnificent than what they were supposed to be. So I see that the MCU is moving in a great direction and really bringing to life this, and that's why we're finally seeing those types of things.
So, last question. Do you think that you see anything up ahead of us in terms of, for instance, the Disney Plus series? Because if anything, it's going to be the Disney Plus shows and limited series that are going to be more apt to getting any attention with nominations or awards as opposed to the films. Is there anything on the radar where you think that we might see something like this happening again?
Honestly, I mean, with the slate that's coming up, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some praise for Moon Knight, especially because of the story that is Moon Knight, like his character, his basically him being kind of schizophrenic and stuff like that. That I think is going to play a big role. It's going to be a very dramatic thing, and so I think that might bring some praise for the MCU. The other shows like Secret Invasion, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, those all in their own right. Who knows? They could be considered huge dramatic hits. We have no idea. But I definitely feel that I'm sure that one of these, or even a couple of them, are really going to bring more of that dramatic element that's going to get the attention of the Academy or these, award shows and, give praise for them, either in some form of either acting or the music or even the production. Because as we saw, like, even back with Infinity War, they started seeing production award nominations. So I feel that we're in that direction, and with how they're going so successfully with all the series that they've been doing, I definitely feel like in the future we'll definitely see some more praise.
Yes, and I would definitely think that if anything, it would be Moon Knight. I would agree that it would be Moon Knight of anything that's coming out anytime soon that could potentially be dramatic enough, have enough of a dramatic element to it, and give Oscar Isaac an opportunity as an actor to take that role to a direction where it could be uh, as impactful as Elizabeth Olsen's performance or Paul Bettany's. But folks, that is it for this segment, really quick, of us, Cyber and I, breaking down this article on the MCU's Bleeding Edge. We want to shout out Geek News Now Network because we are a happy and humble newer member of the network. And we also want to shout out the Minds of Creativity Network. Shout out to Jay and to Nate, and to all of you out there in the fandom. Peace.
It's going down.